They told you intimacy is about passion, about chemistry, about tricks. They told you to focus on moves, on techniques, on timing. But they never told you the truth. Intimacy is not a performance. It is a presence. It's not about what you do. It's about who you become. The bedroom doesn't just reveal desire. It exposes identity. Have you ever wondered why she never forgets one man, yet barely remembers another? Why some men become addictions in her memory, while others vanish like smoke? It's not about the size. It's not about the abs. It's the way he breathes, the way he listens, the way he touches with intention, not impulse. Stoicism teaches us to master the mind. But what if you brought that mastery to the moment most men lose themselves? This isn't about tricks to make her moan. This is about discipline that makes her trust. This isn't about chasing pleasure. This is about building legacy through presence. Because true intimacy isn't about friction. It's about fusion. And today, we uncover 5 powerful Stoic positions. Not just physical postures, but psychological frames that transform ordinary sex into sacred connection. So if you're ready to stop performing and start penetrating with purpose, you're in the right place. Welcome, warriors. If this resonates, support the mission by subscribing to the channel. Help us grow a brotherhood rooted in power, clarity, and calm mastery. Part 1. The spooning frame. Control through calm. Most see it as a position for lazy cuddles, just a way to fall asleep. But the Stoic sees something else, something deeper. Spooning is mastery through stillness. Think about it. Your chest against her back, your arm wrapped gently around her waist, your breath slow, steady, grounded. In that moment, you become her anchor. You're not leading with lust. You're leading with presence. Your body tells her, I'm here, I'm calm, you're safe. While most men rush in with pressure and tension, the Stoic man brings space. And in that space, she opens. Not just physically, emotionally. Her nervous system reads your rhythm. It syncs with your breath. When you stay calm, she releases control. Because her body feels, this man won't break me. This man holds me. True dominance is not about pressing harder. It's about creating a safe container for surrender. Spooning allows you to reach the most sensitive zones, the G-spot, the clitoris, but with intention, not force, not friction. She melts because you're not performing. You're not trying to impress. You're just there, fully. And here's the paradox. The quieter you are, the louder she feels you. Every inch of your stillness speaks louder than moans or muscle. Spooning is the reminder that connection isn't built through domination. It's built through devotion. So next time you're in bed, try this. Don't move. Just breathe. Just be. Watch how her body responds when you finally understand. Pleasure is not created by doing more. It's unlocked by being more. Part 2. The alignment technique. Maximum pleasure, minimum movement. Forget acrobatics. Forget porn choreography. Forget what you think makes sex wild. Real intimacy isn't wild. It's precise. The alignment technique is a refined version of missionary, but done with purpose. Her legs together, yours apart. This seems small, but this change shifts everything. It increases pressure, deepens connection, creates continuous concentrated contact with her most sensitive nerves. Here, you're not slamming, you're sculpting, you're not racing, you're aligning. And when your bodies align, something else aligns. Your energy, your breath, your intention. The alignment technique forces you to slow down, to pay attention. Every thrust becomes a meditation. Every pause becomes a message. You're telling her, I'm not here to finish, I'm here to feel. She doesn't need chaos to climax. She needs rhythm, pressure, presence. And the eye contact? It's not optional. It's everything. Because when you lock eyes in this position, she sees what most men hide. Emotion, power, depth. No hiding behind the dark. No masks. Just you. Just her. Fully exposed. In this position, even silence becomes seductive. Because The energy between you begins to speak for itself. You're not just penetrating her body, you're entering her trust. That's why alignment isn't about performance. It's about perfection through simplicity, and simplicity is the Stoic way. So let go of the noise. Let go of the pressure to impress. Let your depth do the talking. Let your eyes hold her. Because in alignment, she doesn't just feel your body, she feels your soul. Part 3. The Cougar Rise. Letting her lead to let her bloom. This is the position where she's on top. And for many men, that's intimidating. Why? Because it means letting go of control. And most men equate control with masculinity. But the Stoic man knows. True control is knowing when to release it. In this position, you let her set the pace. She chooses the rhythm, the depth, the flow. And that simple shift unlocks something primal in her. Most women spend their lives being led. Socially, romantically, sexually. But when you invite her to lead, something sacred happens. She doesn't just participate, she blossoms. Her hips become confident, her breath becomes expressive, her moans become messages. I trust you enough to take the lead. And here's the secret. When you give her that freedom, you become unforgettable. Because she doesn't feel like a canvas, she feels like the artist. The Cougar Rise isn't about passivity. It's about active surrender. You're not lying back in weakness. You're lying back in full awareness. Your hands are still engaged. Your eyes are still locked. Your presence is still pulsing through her. And that paradox? The less you move, the more she feels you. Letting her lead shows immense trust. And trust is the gateway to deeper, more authentic intimacy. Let her rise. Let her rule. And watch her reveal a version of herself even she didn't know existed. Part 4. The Screw Lock. Deep focus, full contact. This is not about pounding. This is about precision. She lies back, legs raised, ankles crossed. You hold her, steady, intentional. It looks simple, but it's potent. The angle creates tension. Tension creates pressure, and pressure, when delivered with intention, creates pleasure that lingers. Here's what most men miss. They think sex is about thrust count, about speed, about domination. But in this position, speed becomes your enemy. Stillness becomes your weapon. Every movement must be felt, not forced. Every breath in sync, every pause loaded with energy. You're not just inside her, you're holding her open, physically, emotionally. And when she feels that you're not just there to get off, but to go deep, she lets go of shame. She lets go of masks. She lets herself be seen. The screw lock creates full body contact, the pelvis, the abdomen, the thighs, the hands on her ankles. Everything is engaged, and that level of connection is rare. It creates a loop of intensity that builds, moment by moment, until it becomes overwhelming. This is the moment she remembers later, not because it was wild, but because it was real. Real men don't chase orgasms. They build experiences that echo. Make this moment one of them. Part 5. The Warrior Stand. Presence under pressure. Standing face to face, chest to chest, soul to soul. There is nowhere to hide here. No shadows, no roles, no tricks. Only raw, exposed connection. This position demands everything from you. Your balance, your strength, your stillness under fire. You're not just holding her up with your arms. You're holding her with your energy. You must ground yourself like a rooted tree while the storm of emotion moves between you. Her arms around your neck, her breath against your collarbone. You feel her weight, but more than that, you feel her trust. Most men tremble here, not from exertion, but from exposure, because she can see everything. Your eyes, your breath, your truth. This is not a performance. This is a test. Can you remain present while holding the full weight of the moment? Can you lead her through pressure with grace instead of ego? When you stand tall in this moment, composed and calm, she remembers, not just how it felt, but how it changed her. The warrior stand is not for boys who rush, it's for men who rise. Hold her, guide her. Let your steadiness become her release. Because when you master this frame, you're not just touching her body, you're etching yourself into her memory. The hidden sixth frame, silence as seduction. They say there are 5 positions, but those who truly understand intimacy know there is a sixth, and it doesn't require any physical movement. No angle, no rhythm, no sound, just silence. Not the awkward kind, but the sacred kind. The silence that happens in the stillness after. The space between kisses, the pause between breaths. Most men fill that silence with noise, words, jokes, apologies, insecurity. But the Stoic, he honors it, he sits in it, he lets it echo, because in that moment of stillness, when nothing is said, and yet everything is felt, you become unforgettable. Silence is where trust settles, where emotions sink in, where the body integrates what just happened. And here's what women remember, not just how you touched them, but how you held space for their softness after. A real man doesn't rush to wipe it away. He doesn't talk to avoid the weight of connection. He lets the intimacy land. He lets the mystery linger. This sixth frame isn't a position of the body, it's a position of the soul. So after the last breath, the final embrace, the trembling pause, stay. Don't fix, don't fill, just be. Because sometimes, the most powerful moment of the entire experience is the moment you say absolutely nothing. Let her rest in that silence. Let her feel your presence long after the pleasure fades. That, my brothers, is the rarest form of seduction and the highest form of mastery. The seventh frame, the reflection ritual, where growth begins. Most men stop at pleasure. Few go further. But the Stoic man, he reflects. Because intimacy isn't just something you do. It's something that reveals who you are. And after every deep moment with a woman, especially one that leaves her trembling, calm, or speechless, the true test is what happens after. Not the performance, not the climax, but the reflection. What did you notice about her? What did you notice about yourself? Did you observe her needs shift? Did you recognize where you lost presence? Where you held back? Where you showed up fully? The seventh frame is not physical. It's not even about her. It's about you, your growth, your awareness. Every intimate moment is a mirror. It shows your strengths, your shadows, your fears, your fire. This is where the Stoic separates from the average man. The average man forgets the moment as soon as it's over. The Stoic man studies it. He journals. He contemplates. He seeks mastery, not to control her, but to refine himself. Because if you're not growing in intimacy, you're just repeating patterns. And patterns, left unconscious, become prisons. So, after the silence, create space for truth. What did this moment teach me about trust? Where did I show up strong? Where did I hide? How can I love better? Don't rush past these questions. Let them sit in you. Because wisdom doesn't arrive in the moment. It arrives in the reflection. The seventh frame is the final gateway, the closing of the circle. It's not how you begin. It's not how you climax. It's how you learn. So build this habit. After the act, don't scroll. Don't talk it away. Close your eyes. Breathe. Reflect. Because this is how you turn sex into a ceremony and intimacy into self-evolution. Join the brotherhood. If this video stirred something in you, if something deep inside recognized the difference between performance and presence, then don't just leave with inspiration. Leave with intention. This channel isn't just a place for content. It's a sanctuary for the few men willing to rise above the noise of quick fixes, the noise of ego, the noise of empty pleasure. We're building a brotherhood here, a tribe of Stoic men who refuse to be ruled by impulse, distraction, or false validation. We master ourselves not for applause, but for alignment, not for control, but for connection, not to conquer women, but to earn their trust through clarity, depth, and discipline. So if you feel that pull to go deeper, to transform the way you love, the way you lead, and the way you live, then you already belong here. Subscribe now, not for the algorithm, but for yourself, for the version of you that refuses to settle. And don't be a ghost. Drop a comment below. Share your reflections, your questions, or even just your silent battles. Let us know you're in the arena too. Let's build something real, something rare, not followers, but a movement of men who embody calm strength and unshakable integrity. The Stoic Code of Intimacy. The battlefield of intimacy isn't where you prove your manhood. It's where you remember your essence. It's not a place to dominate. It's a place to listen, to witness, to be fully here. Because the real war isn't against her resistance. It's against your own impatience, your own insecurity, your own conditioning that told you love was conquest. But here's what Stoicism teaches us. Stillness is strength, presence is power, and restraint, when chosen, is the ultimate freedom. So remember this. A real man doesn't just take pleasure. He gives it with intention. He studies it without pride. He holds it without fear. He doesn't rush. He doesn't chase. He doesn't escape. He stays. He listens. He guides. Because to master intimacy is to master yourself. To be the eye in the storm, the breath in the fire, the calm in her chaos. So until next time, brothers, stay grounded, stay sovereign, and lead with calm fire. This is Stoic Spirit.